Hello there guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince with a bit of a special video. This is a Blue Servant round 2 match between Reptilicus playing a Stylus and Blademaster of Wolf Clan. I don't know why I forgot his name, but he's playing as the boy this game. And earlier I uploaded the match between them, but this is going to be a video trying to look at the points that Reptilicus made about the pull-throughs. Basically, he accused the Blademaster of pulling through on several occasions. He made 7 points, which I will try to investigate. You guys, so the first one is, and by the way, do leave your opinion in the comments below, like whether you think it was pulled through or not, or which ones were pulled through and which ones weren't, if all of them were pulled throughs, if none of them were pulled throughs, and why you think so. I would be interested to know your opinion on this. So the first one is between 7 and 6 minutes, which should be right about now. Should be a unit of heavy horse charging sideways into an engaged tribals on the right side. On the right side would be over here. I think he means this unit of heavy horse. I'm going to put it into slow motion, and let's see, once he gives the charge orders, it's going to be on this unit, I think. On this unit, I think. Let's see. Once he gives the charge orders. Has not given them yet. Hang on. Okay, I think it's gonna be soon. Okay, so let's look at the situation over here. We see this tribal warrior engaging this one sword follower. It's flanking the sword follower, and behind this tribal warrior is kind of like a Levy Freeman. I'm gonna put it on slow motion, and let's look at this. Let's look at this. So, tribal warrior is over here. It's gonna get charged by heavy horse. You see heavy horse have an attack order on the tribals. This is attacking from the side. Charging in from the side. I don't see what the problem is here. You can clearly see that he gave an attack order on the tribal warrior, and he believed it was his right to do so. And he does pull back the heavy horse unit in the direction he came from, so I believe this one is definitely not a pull through. I can't see why this would be a pull through whatsoever. This is specific. If this is what he meant, I can't actually see anything that happened over here. I don't see the problem whatsoever. So yeah, that is the first point made by Reptilicus, but I don't see what was wrong. Again, like, if you think that there was a pull through, let me know, but I just don't see anything. Now I'm going to go over to, or it might be discharge instead, perhaps. Let's see. No. I think that's a separate point. Let's see, is that a separate point? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here and see you in the next point, because I have to keep replaying the match to look at the specific points that he meant. So let's look at point number 2 made by Reptilicus. It says that around between 6:16 to 6:06 there is a heavy horse going through a just routed Levy Freeman. It goes through an engaged 117 men Levy Freeman unit. We'll see how that goes. Does he mean on this flank or on this other flank? That is the question. I think he means this one and not that one. So we'll see. Over here you can see that this Levy Freeman is going to get charged. Nothing happening over there, so it's definitely this side. Levy Freeman getting charged here by heavy horse. So let's see the attack orders, because this is a replay from Blademaster. Attack orders are onto Levy Freeman. Again, still nothing here with heavy horse. And they are pulling out the direction they came in from. As you can see here, they attacked the Levy Freeman unit. They are pulling the same direction, kind of to an angle, but still the same direction. Like, I mean, come on, you don't want him to be perfect, to pull out the same, like the exact same way. Like, it's a bit at an angle, but still, I think it's no problem whatsoever. So he pulled out here, and that was point number 2 made by Reptilicus, but I don't see how it goes through the 117-man Levy Freeman unit, because, I mean, he can't just... I mean, he pulled back the way he came from, so I think this is definitely not a problem, because he came in here, he routed this unit, and then he just pulled out to the same direction he came in from. Again, I don't think this is a pull through, so let's move on to point number 3. So this is point number 3 made by Reptilicus, and it's supposedly gonna happen around 555 to 552 on his left flank. Heavy horse supposed to pull through Levy Freeman and then engage cav on cav combat. Then after some time, cavalry should pull through directly through the unit to disengage. Apparently best viewed from 530 to 524 or so. Let's see. So, this heavy horse coming in at around 608, in fact, not 550, 55 to 552. Not sure if this is the exact same thing, but I think this is what he means. So here comes the heavy horse. It actually has an attack order on this Levy Freeman, but let's pause. It is actually pulling through, but let's look at the formation of this Levy Freeman. This is a heavy horse that is in a super thick formation, and it's basically attacking only one, like, basically it's just attacking, it broke through the ranks of the Levy Freeman. As you can see here, it just broke through the ranks, so why shouldn't it be able to be pulled through, right? I mean, I don't see the problem. Now he's going to give an attack order on the raiding horsemen to get into them. I mean, it's not a problem because this Levy Freeman is like 2 or 3 ranks deep. It's not really supposed to block the... It's supposed to block the heavy horse from pulling through, honestly. Like, if you charge into the Levy Freeman, as you can see here, it's just going to drop the guys down on the ground. As you can see, these guys are all on the ground. They're still on the ground. Most of them, of course, not all of them are on the ground, but most of them are on the ground, and that is important. Look, still on the ground here. Only one guy up here. These guys are still trying to get up. So I don't see the problem here. I do not see the problem, so cav on cav combat should engage here apparently. Again, it's going to be the same heavy horse that is actually gonna go through the Levy Freeman, and I don't think this is a problem. It's pulling through like maybe 2 or 3 men or something. It's not a big deal whatsoever. So here this Levy Freeman is shattered. It doesn't matter. Makes no difference. It has an attack order onto this raiding horseman. But it does actually get stopped and hit in the rear by the Levy Freeman here. The heavy horse are stuck completely. So, let's see. Raiding horse here. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait until 530 to 524 or something. So heavy horse engaging. Raiding horse over here. And yeah, still slow motion. Levy Freeman. They have an attack order on another unit, this Levy Freeman, on the Levy Freeman of Boy. So at this point, and where's the cavalry? Here's the heavy horse. Let me pause, because it's going to be right around now in like 5 seconds. So let's look at the whole unit of heavy horse. It's kind of like all over the place, as you can see here. So right now, It's a heavy horse engaged with a raiding horse. This is so weird. Like, they've got the units over here, some units over here. Let's put it into slow motion. So now the heavy horse is just going to disengage, but I mean, seriously, let's think about it this way. At this point, it's kind of a pull through over here, but look at where the flag of the heavy horse is. It's all the way over here. So when you're zoomed out of the forest, which most likely you're going to be playing zoomed out, at least from if you're like how should I put it, if you're a competitive player, like you should be playing zoomed out, maybe something like watching it from a camera angle like this or something, or maybe even slightly higher ground. Like, do you really see the units over here or the units over here? No, you're probably looking at the flag of your unit, and look, the flag is over here despite a lot of the heavy horse being here. You see, it's really, so like, you can't blame Blademaster for this, I think, for the heavy horse trying to get away from the raiding horsemen, at least. So that is I mean, again, this isn't, how should I put it, the levy freemen are over here and they are kind of engaging the heavy horse, but the levy freemen are also all over the place. They're not really, you know, properly engaging the heavy horse or the raiding horsemen either for that regard. So I think the heavy horse can disengage without problems here. And I mean, it's a smart move by Blademaster to disengage here. Like, why he couldn't disengage into this other levy freeman? Like, this is the best way for him to disengage at this point. So I don't see where the problem is, because first of all, again, like I said, it's the forest. Zoomed out, you can't really see what's going on. You just look at the flags, and the flag of the unit was around here. Definitely, of course, he would run through there. Like, he wouldn't be able to see all the horses that are in this area. And again, like, can you really zoom in and look at what's going on and see what's going there? I mean, it's definitely not intentional, and to like pull through if he wanted to do here, and it's not even like an actual pull through, because he's not really achieving anything by pulling through this engagement. Like, he's not killing anything. He's just trying to keep his unit alive. He's not trying to get to like skirmishes or something right now, at least. So, and I mean, even if he did, I think it's alright, because this levy freeman wasn't engaged. And where exactly would the heavy horse actually have to disengage? Like, which direction? If not this direction, then which direction? Because this direction, you have levy freemen over here. They can't disengage this way. And this direction could work, I guess. And this direction I don't see. Like, this would probably be the perfect angle to disengage at, I suppose, without being called for pulling through. But I think this angle is also alright. I mean, he's just trying to disengage from this fight. And as you can see, the raiding horsemen are, like, some of them are engaging the heavy horse, and definitely some of the heavy horse are like, yeah, they're within the raiding horse, some of them, but it's all over the place, the heavy horse unit. So you can see most of it is actually over here, and it's not with where the raiding horse are in here. I think it's definitely alright to do this. And again, if this isn't alright, it's just I mean, the flag of the unit was over here, so you can't, obviously, like, you can't fault Blademaster for that, in my opinion. So yeah, that was number 3. But yeah, I'm going to go over point 4 shortly. And it's time to look at point number 4 now. There's supposed to be a pull through before 5 minutes on the far right over here, apparently. And A unit of tribals will break due to a cav pull through at 459 while they're disengaging through levy freemen to catch the raiding horse through the rear of a tribal warrior. So that is how Reptilicus described it. Let's see what happens. Again, I'm like 1 minute behind that, and I'm going to put it on slow motion just to make it more clear. So we have this heavy horse charging over here into this tribal warrior. You can see the heavy horse charging in here. That is it's charging here into this unit, and now it's going to pull out. So definitely this isn't a pull through if this was it, but I guess this isn't it. We have to still wait a while. And again, this could be the other unit, but as you can see, it's charging this tribal warrior in the rear right now. That is all that it's basically doing. So it looks alright. This one. And yeah, this heavy horse now is basically going to disengage pretty much in a similar direction to where it came from. It's not a problem. And now we will see again this sword follower engaging this tribal over here. Let's see this, because it's going to be close. I mean, it's close to the time. 5:23, and the tribal should route at 4:59 or so. So the heavy horse does get in here. And I'm looking at the attack orders. The heavy horse is still engaged here. It is engaged here. And probably, does it have, I don't know what attack order, if it has an attack order on raiding horse or not. But right now, as you can see, he is pulling out to the same direction he basically charged in from. And there's not much to actually stop him except a few of these raiding horses. But again, he's pulling out the same direction he charged in from, so I don't think it's a problem. I think it's all right because it's the same direction. Now you can see the raiding horse are actually following his heavy horse and dealing massive casualties to them. But again, this tribal warrior will actually rout. But again, it wasn't a pull through. He just went back after he charged in and then pulled the other direction. So I don't think it's a problem. It's not like he pulled through that direction, because if he pulled through there, that could have been a problem, but he went through this direction. And I think that is all right. So yeah, I just don't see what the problem with that was either, I suppose, because yeah, the unit of tribals did rout, but it routed because like it was attacked in the rear apparently. So I think it was because the sword follower was engaged over here, and this is sword follower giving real penalties or something, because then the heavy horse just charged in here and pulled out the same direction. I don't think that was a problem, but anyway, I shall see the next issue actually, because supposedly there is another issue in just a moment. So it's time to get to point number 5. Supposed to be an infantry pull through with followers. Not sure what time exactly, but it's going to happen until around 4:44. So it's again on this side, I think. No, on the left flank of Reptilicus. This time around, during disengaging to get into levies with sword followers. So let's skip to 4:44. 4:44. 4:44. Again, you can see that this thing here is alright because the levy freeman just got through. So So it's supposed to be here, right? Let's put it on slow motion. I mean, where else are levies on Reptilicus' left flank? It has to be this one, I think. Alright, so you can see the levy freemen. These guys are routing already. So only this Oathsworn unit stopping the sword followers. But as you can see, one sword follower is engaging it from the front and one sword follower is flanking it. So if this sword follower is pulled out, I think it's going to be no issue. Because this sword follower is... I mean, it can easily pull out of here and just go like this. I don't see what the problem would be. And see, he's actually disengaging the unit, not a problem. I mean, he's also disengaging this one, which is actually pretty bad for him, and but he's not pulling through. You see, he's going to the side. That's what's happening. At this point, he's not pulling through. And he's not going through like this through the unit. He's going like this, even. Which makes it hard for me to believe that he's actually pulling through with the sword followers. He's going to the side. And now he's going to give attack orders, but most of his unit, as you can see, let's see. Yeah, he's definitely going for the levy freeman. That's sure. That's a fact. But you can see most of his unit is already on this side. There may be like a couple of guys over here that kind of got lost, but as you can see, the flag with most of the unit is here. So that is most important, I think. Let's put it in slow motion. So here they're actually getting into, you can see some guys actually getting out of there, but still you can see that this one unit is still engaged here, but the other one is going into this levy freeman, which I think is perfectly reasonable. I don't see a problem with this, honestly, because he pulled out this way. That's where he pulled out. He didn't pull like this, which I think he could have even done it like this and it would have been all right, but he decided to go super safe with the pull through rules and went this way, which is even safer, I think. And like, I don't see why that would be considered a pull through, honestly. So this is, again, should be all right in my opinion. And let's move on to point number, which one is it now? I forgot. I think it's point number 6. Okay, so the next one, point number 6, is actually around 414. Supposed to be a pull through a raiding horse, which routes them because of the pull morale penalty with their current morale status. Is he talking about this raiding horse, or is he talking about the other raiding horse? Well, we can see over here that this unit is just simply engaged. It has an attack order on the raiding horseman. This one over here is it this one? That is the question, because you can see just attack orders right now onto the raiding horse. Same over here, just attack orders over here. When an order changes, we'll see. I'm gonna pause. Okay, still attack orders on everything, and it's 414. I don't see the problem. Let's put it into slow motion. Still attack orders. And is it this that he's talking about? But this unit is at 9 men. And most of the unit, well, I don't see any raiding horses over here. You can see the flag of the unit is over here. So I don't see what the issue is here. See, the raiding horse, this particular unit is the raiding horse. Indeed, like, this guy, I think, is the flag bearer, but I just don't see which one it is. Like, can you see, like, okay, there's one guy over here, but he's trying to disengage here and go for the levy freeman. That's what he's trying to do. Like, he's not, why should he stay in melee with 9 raiding horse. And again, I'm going to put it in slow motion. So this guy routed, no pull through there, just attack orders here as well. And the raiding horse routed too, but I mean that is because, I mean, come on, it had 9 men left. So like, why would you? That's so few men left. I mean, I think you should be able to pull through it. Honestly, like, just 9 men to go for another unit. Like 9 men shouldn't really stop units basically, and the unit was over here, whereas the heavy horses were like here, and then the heavy horses charged this levy freeman, which I honestly don't see the problem with, and that was the 6th point. I mean, it routed the raiding horsemen, but I think they were going to rout anyway. They weren't really going to do much else. They were still going to rout. They were at 9 men when this happened, I think. Maybe a little more, but I don't think that would have made any difference if he just stayed engaged with the raiding horsemen, because there were so few, and most of the heavy horse were on this side anyway. So I think that's, again, no problem. And the final point should be at, let's see, at around 345. Let's see. Okay, so again, point number 7, cav pull through stationary braced general. Apparently it goes halfway through the unit, then disengages in another way, giving another pull through effect to get into the pell tests of Reptilicus. So we'll see how that one actually is. It's nearing 345. Let's put it into slow motion and zoom out. Okay, we see the Osworn is getting charged. These Thracian peltists are, these heavy horse are not engaged. Let's pause. So we have, let's see what we've got around here. So again, the cavalry is supposed to pull through, but we only have 2 heavy horse over here, right? 2 heavy horse. This one is charging the Thracian peltists, and this one is charging the Old Sworns. So it's supposed to happen again at 345. We're at 352. Heavy horse charged in from this angle. Let's put it in slow motion. Okay, the general is braced. He charged in like this though. So let's see, 345, 345, 345. And you can see he's just going to go out, back the same direction he came from, which I think is like perfectly reasonable. He's going to go into the Thracian peltists. This is also fine in my book, because he charged in like this. The Osworn was braced, so he didn't really drop the guys into the ground. And then he just went back in this way, through the Thracian peltists. Same direction he charged in from. The same, that was the, I mean, it was the same direction, right? Like, I don't see what's the actual problem here. This was the, yeah, it's strange. And now he's just going to disengage here from the Thracian peltist. And I think this, like, this is a missile unit, and pulling through missile units is, again, allowed. And why shouldn't it be, right? It is allowed according to the tournament rules. And he is disengaging. I mean, he also wants to disengage from this flank because he doesn't want to get shot by the Old Sworns. And that makes the most sense for him to disengage, because there's this Levy Freeman charging. Again, keep in mind, this is a hectic battle, very chaotic. And it is a forest, and when zoomed out, you don't really see everything properly. But again, from what I saw here, I didn't really see what the pull-throughs actually were. Most of them were like pulling out or pulling through the skirmishes, as was here. I don't think that was a problem. That was something that Blademaster, I mean, definitely against the Thracian peltists, it was kind of like a pull-through, but it was meant to disengage. So, and it's against missiles, so again, according to the rules, and it's allowed, and I think it's not a problem either to go through peltists or like skirmishes. I don't see the problem, and I'm going to continue repeating myself, but yeah, I just don't see why this shouldn't be allowed. What Blademaster did here, and why it should be replayed for this. For what he did, because I think his moves here were legitimate. What Reptilicus accused him of, the pull-throughs, and the situations he described. Like, I looked at them right now. In fact, I probably loaded this replay like 15 times and looked over the situations as best as I could. Again, I'm not, like, I can't see everything, even after rewatching it so many times. So there might be something, but I didn't see anything here. So let me know if you guys saw a pull through, or what you thought. I mean, what you thought of what the Blademaster did here, like if it's legitimate or if there's any issue, or basically your thoughts on this. Anyway, that was me, so hopefully you found that informative, and I shall see you next time.